Hello and welcome to today's Aquarium at Home live stream. Happy Crow and Ravin Day. If our not very subtle Facebook reminders were no clue to you, today is in fact a day when we are celebrating crows and ravens of all description. And today we are going to be meeting one of our animal ambassadors. This is Minnow. And Minnow, well actually I will introduce the human in the scene first. This is Amanda Reeves. Amanda, what is your official title?
I'm Animal Training Coordinator at the Aquarium.
All right, and now I've introduced Minnow, but what is Minnow?
So Minnow is a fish crow, and fish crows are very similar to your American crows, but they're going to be a little bit smaller in size. But if you see Americans and fish together, really the only way you're probably going to be able to tell is by the call that they do. So a fish crow makes a more nasally call, and she'll usually do a double call. So instead of just, it'll be like caw, caw, but more nasally sounding. And fish crows are only found along the East Coast, waterways, and a little bit around Texas as well, along the Gulf.
Well, we've got some people who are joining us. Thank you all for tuning into today's live stream. Looks like my mom, as usual, is joining the live stream. And we've also got Mohammed Kokash. I hope I haven't mispronounced that, but in all likelihood I have. Hello to you from Jordan as well, or hello from Chattanooga to Jordan, I should say. But if you have any questions about Minnow or about what Amanda does here at the aquarium, I am happy to pass those on to her. So type them down in the comments and I will send them on her way. But I guess to begin, Amanda, what are some things that maybe people don't know about crows and ravens?
So crows and ravens belong in the corvid family, so they are extremely intelligent birds. They are known to mimic, so they can actually learn to speak. Minnow says a few different things. She says hi, she says good girl, she'll even do a sarcastic aw, she laughs a little bit as well. She's definitely a little nervous right now having Casey in here with the camera, and so I'm hoping after a little bit she'll start to settle down. We'll kind of have to see how she does with that, but that is part of them being so intelligent. They're able to really pick up when stuff is a little bit different in their environment.
And maybe we should talk about where we are. So this doesn't look like anywhere you have been at the aquarium, and there's a reason for that. We are actually above the Delta Country Gallery at the moment, but what is this place?
So this is a place that Minnow is allowed to come whenever she wants to get some food and water. This is usually where I'll keep her food and water during the day. She's already took a bath and got her water really dirty this afternoon. But otherwise, she's going to be free flying in the Delta. So where you find our alligators and our turtles, you may be able to see her. A lot of times she's going to be really high up in the trees, talking, or possibly just kind of observing you and seeing what's going on. So this is kind of her little safe space where she's able to come to during the day if she would like to get away from the public a little bit.
And unfortunately, the public has found its way into her safe space. So if you've seen her flapping around a little bit, hopefully we'll calm down and we'll get her back to feeling a little bit more comfortable. But again, if you have any questions, those of you who are watching, looks like we've got a Brooke Gorman watching from Ringgold. Hello to you, Brooke. Thank you for tuning into today's live stream. How long have you worked with Minnow, Amanda?
So Minnow is going to be 6 years old, and I have been with her basically the whole time. She came to us when she was just a few months old. She was actually an imprint. They had found her. Her nest actually got destroyed when a tornado had hit Alabama about 6 years ago. And so then she came to live here at the aquarium with us, and so I've been with her ever since pretty much the beginning.
Now, there are probably some of you who are watching who maybe are younger, who this is a good science hour for you. And so we always try whenever possible to demystify some of the vocabulary and the lingo that we're using. So when you say an imprint, what does that mean?
That means that an animal that would naturally be found in the wild got really used to being around humans. And so that meant that Minnow here was usually going to be relying on humans for food and wouldn't really be able to go out and figure out how to do stuff on her own.
All right, so Amy Lane is asking, what is her name? Her name is Minnow.
Yes.
Now, did she come to us with that name, or did we give her that name?
We gave her that name. We actually did a voting on the name when Minnow had been here for probably after about 6 months. She was starting to get used to everyone going out for programs. We actually decided to do a naming contest, and Minnow was the name that was picked for her.
I apologize for not being able to keep Minnow in frame, but Minnow is moving quite a bit.
If
so
you keep that still, she'll probably stay more still, actually.
All right.
Because I think when it's moving is what's making her a little nervous.
All right. Pro tips from our one of our animal care specialists. So let's talk a little bit about what does Minnow do here at the aquarium on a daily basis.
So she's usually going to be in the Delta exhibit flying around somewhere. But otherwise, sometimes I'll actually bring her out and do a program with her. She used to do a lot of programs, whether they be in the auditorium or down when we used to have the A space open up. And she would be able to do a lot of different stuff to show off her intelligence there. Right now you can see, she might actually come to my shoulder here. She wants... She wants to feed me. So that may be why you don't see me talk quite as much, because I really don't want dog food. That's currently what I'm feeding her right now. And I would rather not have pieces of dog food put inside my mouth. But you can see, if you really look at Minnow's throat, you can see it's kind of poofed out a little bit, and that's because she is actually storing the dog food there. So the pieces I've been giving her, she has not swallowed yet, because one thing that corvids will do is they'll actually take that food and they'll go in what's called caching. So they'll go and actually hide the food somewhere else, and that way they can just mark it with maybe some sticks, some leaves, some feathers, so that way they know where they put their food and that they're able to go back and get it later on. So that's really a good thing for these guys, because they are scavengers. They'll often go get as much food as they possibly can, then they're gonna go look for a spot that they can actually go and then store the food. Minnow loves me sometimes more than I would like, and she likes to share her food with me. If it might be some fruit, maybe I would accept it, but dog food, not necessarily something in my diet.
So Lou Everman says she is such a good sharer, and I'm sure, like as Amanda just said, she would prefer that maybe she shared a little bit less at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, those of you, hopefully you can hear just how vocal Minnow is. So can you talk a little bit about how crows communicate?
So crows will communicate mostly through vocalizations. They can do a lot of different vocalizations. Like I said, they're capable of mimicry, so they could mimic us, but sometimes they'll also learn to mimic maybe a predator or something as well, so that way they can kind of alert it that there might be something else there. So it is impressive the amount that they'll talk, but they'll also use communication with their body language as well. So they may be doing different stuff with their wings, like letting other birds know without talking, hey, this is my space.
All right, so I'm going to catch up on some comments and questions we've had come in. So thank you all very much for contributing to this. I hate to have to try and carry all the weight by myself, and I'm sure Amanda likes to be prompted a little bit. So Ariana Sclerandis, again, probably have mispronounced that every single time you've asked a question, but asks, what bird is she? So can you kind of go over what species she is, and also someone asked what the difference between ravens and crows is. You've already covered that, but it's okay. People are joining a little bit later.
So Minnow is a fish crow. You're only going to find them on the eastern side of the United States along the waterways, but you can find them along the Gulf, kind of closer to Texas as well. And the main difference between a crow and a raven is mostly going to be their size, but also where they're located. Ravens you're going to tend to find in more higher elevations. So for example, here in Tennessee, one place you're going to notice ravens might be up in the Greater Smoky Mountains. Otherwise, most of the areas are just going to end up having crows. And again, one way you can tell the difference between a crow or a raven is also going to be the vocalizations as well.
Okay. So Deborah O'Neill, I hope that answered your question. I'm sorry to have gotten to it kind of in a backwards way, but hopefully that gave you the answer you needed. Candace Wallace says she is fast. She does seem pretty fast.
Yes. Crow usually fly about 30 miles per hour. If they could get a big wind gust or they were possibly going to do a dive, they might hit a speed of 60 miles per hour.
Okay. Now, we've already talked about the fact that minnow is eating dog food. Obviously, in the wild, that is probably be eating. So can you talk a little bit about what their diet would be? What do fish crows normally eat?
They will eat animals.
Sorry, we had a network disconnect just for a second. So you said they can eat carrion?
Yes, they can eat carrion or dead animals. They're also going to eat some fruits, some vegetables. They might eat some insects if they get a hold of them. They're also going to eat seeds. Again, these guys are pretty smart, so one thing that crows are known for doing is being nest robbers. So sometimes they're going to go and steal other birds' eggs. Fish crows, being found along the waterways, are known for stealing and eating turtle eggs quite often as well. Here at the aquarium, though, Minnow gets fruits and vegetables, she gets dog food, and then she's also going to get a protein as well. So that may be fish, it might be a mouse, or some insects. It really just kind of depends what her protein is going to be each day.
So Nancy Everhart would like to know, do fish crows live in flocks?
They do, but usually only in the winter time. Otherwise, these guys are going to be found in pairs during the breeding season or with their young. But in the winter, then they're going to get in huge flocks that can be of hundreds. And you will actually find fish crows and American crows hanging out in the areas that we overlie. Here in Chattanooga, I'll often see like 1 or 2 fish crows maybe intermingled with some of the American crows.
Okay. And I guess we should talk about the fact that a group of crows is actually called...
a murder. It can also be called a congress.
Minnow is offended by that, apparently.
Yes, I know.
So a murder or a congress.
Or there's just a lot of different names.
Anya Sievers asks, on behalf of Amelia, we don't have an age there, but Amelia would like to know if people can have them as pets.
No, crows and ravens are actually protected under the Migratory Bird Act, so you're not allowed to have them as a pet.
And for those of you who are joining a little bit later in the stream who are wondering why Minnow is trying seemingly to kiss Amanda, it is because she is trying to share. So Minnow is sharing is caring. And again, if you are joining late, you might not have caught us that today is actually National Crow and Raven, or Raven and Crow Day. Neither of us can quite remember.
Right.
So this is a day for us to celebrate Minnow, who is one of our animal ambassadors here. She's a fish crow. If you're tuning in a little bit later. And for those of you who are here trying to figure out the answer to today's Weekday Wonders question, that is a series of curated content created by our education department. They're released in 5-day packages with new packages every day a new set of activities becomes available, and that comes with a question of the day. Today's question of the day happens to be, what are animal characteristics, or what?
Yeah, what are some of the animal characteristics? And for a bird, their characteristics are going to be a lot different than some of the other animals. So birds are actually the only animals that have feathers. So their entire body is going to be covered for feathers for the most part. And they also have hollow bones. Birds have to be able to defy gravity, and so those hollow bones really make that possible. Birds also don't have any teeth. Teeth are something that really weigh us down, but for birds, they have those powerful beaks that they can use to tear or break open whatever they need to.
Okay. So there you go. If you're looking for a clue to today's Weekday Wonders question, Amanda just gave it to you. Keep these questions coming in. These are wonderful, and I'm passing them on as I see them. Sarah Sweat, who I think we both know, another aquarium employee, says, you said that Minnow can mimic. Does it mean mimics that she does sometimes? And you touched on that bit.
She'll say hi. She'll also say good girl or good bird. She'll laugh. She also does a sarcastic aww as well. She could...
Oh.
That was kind of her just talking a little bit. Yeah. Can I talk for everybody? You say hi. And like all animals, they do what they want. So there's never any getting her to talk or mimic. It's just kind of whenever she feels comfortable doing it.
Well, and as we usually do when we feature our animal ambassadors on these live streams, this is an excellent opportunity for us to talk about the fact that we have a philosophy when it comes to training our animals, and that's not training like doing tricks. There are reasons for this kind of training, and our philosophy is one of kind of positive, letting them make their own choices.
Right, so all the training that we do at the aquarium is going to be positive reinforcement, so it is completely the animal's choice. So an animal can decide, today I just kind of want a nap, so that's what I'm going to do. And it doesn't mean that they're ever going to go without food. Instead, we might give them that food and an enrichment item. Like in Minnow's cage here, she's got all kinds of hanging toys and different stuff right now, so I might hide some food in it if we're not going to do a training session for the day.
All right, Lou Everman, who is looking out for me, has just said that I forgot to add the donate button to today's live stream. So if you all will bear with me one more time, there are so many things to remember when we start doing these live streams. What I'm probably going to do here real quick is I'm going to pop off the live stream for literally about 30 seconds, started one of the things that makes her so smart. So bear with us. We'll be right back. We're going to get that donate button put on the live stream because that's very important for us right now. And we know that those of you who are in a position to do so would like to contribute. This is just the easiest way. So I'm going to pop off the live stream real quick, start it again, get that donate button, and we're going to watch Minnow do a really interesting exhibition of her intelligence. So we'll be right back.